What makes you happy? Only you know the answer. But you do know the answer, even if the challenges of life have separated you from those things. But we all strive to be happy, and so it's important to stay connected to the source of our joy if we are to achieve that which we seek. Life is a journey that unfolds in a way that allows us to explore who we are. Early on, we encounter things that we find fulfilling, which are aligned to our individual character. Some of us like to be creative, some of us like to be constructive, whereas others find their bliss in exploring or in connecting with the world in an interpersonal way. Whatever brings our bliss, it is this satisfaction that inspires us in a way that drives us to build a life around that fulfillment. Each of us has our own story, but the greatest happiness comes when we allow that story to unfold by following these drives we have within us, which amounts to being who we are. So if you accept that your greatest fulfillment comes from being who you are, then the central focus of your life should be standing in a place where you're always connected to yourself. This sounds so simple, but very often our focus is on the external world around us, which can cause us to fall into ideas about how we should be that are very often quite different to the person we are. And so the question arises, how do we live in such a way that is true to ourselves? The answer lies in our relationship to ourselves and the extent to which we choose to express all that we are. The first step is to acknowledge that we have many drives within us, some of which come from the heart and others which are the product of our experiences. To distinguish between the two, the solution is to pay attention to how they make us feel. And this is the secret. When you feel driven to do something, where does that motivation come from? Very often we are motivated by fear in some way, which creates a reaction based on avoidance. But when our fears obstruct our engagement to life, they become the source of our difficulty. So very often, life is about facing the fears which limit us and which distort the expression of who we are. And to reach a place of self-expression, our daily life must be grounded in attention to how we feel in every moment. When it comes to practices like meditation, many of us struggle to set time aside to devote to this exploration. But this practice of following the heart doesn't require us to take time out of our day. Rather, it is about allowing space around every choice we make, for us to pay attention to how we feel and to understand before we act where our motivation comes from. Through this practice, we will take control of our lives and begin to make choices that are aligned to who we are and where we want to go. Never forget this essential truth. Your mind has endless questions, but your heart has all the answers.